Oh, excuse me. I was just freelance working out. Fitness for freelancers. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to my third live. Shout out to all my friends in the city of Chicago. I hope you're staying warm. It is a brutal 60 degrees here in Los Angeles, but we'll hang in there. Today, I got a bunch of different packages to open up. If you go over and listen to the free show, we have the Pin Game Strong episode out for everybody, which is a really great episode about starting your career in one place, finding another love, and going elsewhere. As you remember, yesterday I said if anybody commented, they could win one of these free pins from Eyes on Fire Art. It says "Go forth and flourish." Kind of hard to see, I know, but you can kind of get the vibe on it. A little astronaut head. It's real nice. It's pink, and I said I will give one of these away to a random person that comments. So I went to random.org. I figured out who my person was, and ta-da, Tony Tran, you will win this free pin from Eyes on Fire Art. I will mail this out to you this week with some other stuff I got to get into the mail. And this is my luck. Tony Tran is a great guy. He's part of my Circle of Trust training camp where we were talking about setting up a contract, but he also lives in Australia. So being nice has once again screwed me over. So thanks a lot, Tony, for living in Australia. Appreciate it. I got some boxes to open up today over on the free show. We have, or on the Circle of Trust, it's Shop Talk with Billy and I, where we continue just to talk more and more about all of the different things that have come up with our career. I mean, we've been doing it now. Monday is the 900th episode of Adventures in Design. Billy and I have been doing it at least once a week since 2014. And before that, he was on every episode. So just another hangout, another casual hangout. I got some scissors here to open this up. I'm going to guess that today's first package, it feels like a book. Where did it come to me from? It's so hard to read these labels. I can't figure out. Well, I'm going to assume it's a book and it's a publishing company. Let's see what we have inside today's first package. Open it up. It's a book. I can feel that it's a book. And that's the back of the book. There's the front of it. This is, this is a pretty exciting book cover. Let's see here. It is Discursive Design, Critical, Speculative, and Alternative Things. Okay. It's a book about design, and it's a lot of words. A lot of words about design. I kind of enjoy the picture books, but my God, could you imagine what it must take somebody to make a book this thick? Let me use my trusty stance ruler. And, most people read books on, it's how many words is that? How many words is that? I go on thickness. So let's see here. We got our stance ruler. Not sponsored by Stance, but I would be. Where are we at? Where are we measuring in there? You tell me. What's that measurement? I'll have to flip it around and do it so I can see. Where are we at here? We are at a solid 1.5 inch thick book on design. It is by Bruce M. Tharp and Stephanie M. Tharp. Hopefully they are good friends, or it's very weird that they have the same last name. And the publisher, I'm having a hard time figuring, the MIT Press. So this is a book for smart people, and we all know that I am not in that category. Let's see what we got. News from MIT Press. Discursive design explores how design can be used for good, prompting self-reflection. I like that part. Igniting the imagination. I like that part. And affecting positive social change. No, positive change, social change. That's a great thing. So this is the deal. Somebody sends me a book like this, and they want to be on Adventures in Design. Two problems. One, they're trying to sell a book. So when somebody's trying to sell a book, sometimes it's kind of hard to get them just to free flow and talk because they want to promote the book. I'll take my eyes off. The reflection's too bad. So there's that thing. No, I got to put it back on because my eyes are too puffy. So there's that problem that we have. But the other problem is you normally have to do them over the internet. So it's a stranger, it's over the internet, there's a delay. And I just don't know. Is a book like this with this type of design, is this something that we want to hear and that we want to get into? I mean, I'm sure there's some really great nuggets in there, but my God, what an undertaking this would be to read this. Possibly, this might be a future giveaway for a commenter. Let's see what's underneath the condom that they got on the book. And just a nice, look at that. Talk about design for change. Very minimal, very minimal. We've got a silver and stamp, foil press stamp doohickey there. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much for the book. I will skim it over. Most likely this will be given away to somebody for commenting in the future, but only Americans, because I ain't shipping that heavy thing out to the rest of the world. I have a feeling that these are our authors. So look at them there. Bruce and Stephanie Tharp run the design studio Materius, established in 2005, where they have done work for companies as... All right, so there you go. A book about smart people design. I don't know if that's me or my audience. I mean, I know that you're smart, but I don't know if that's what you've come to expect from me as my audience, because we know that I'm not. All right, our next package, I have an idea this is going to be. This is from Midwest Buttons, solid listener of the show, really, really supportive listener, likes to send me little Debbies and all kinds of snacks. Let's see what we got in here. Also owns Midwest Buttons, which is a button maker. Holy shit, this box. I have an idea what this might be. Other than, yep, it's what I thought it was. Let's see what we got here. Look at this. Look at this. Disneyland for Designer buttons. How awesome is that? Buttons, old school, nice 1/4 inch buttons. I think these are 1/4 inch, or maybe they're 1 inch. It's a 1 inch button. A 1/4 inch button would be insanely small. Look at that. Little Disneyland for Designers. If you go to Disneyland, make sure you find the red and white light bulb. To give even more details to this logo that I made, fun fact, there are 33 light bulbs in the little pattern there to signify Club 33. All right, so there we go. We got some of these buttons out. I will not be selling these because they have the word Disneyland on them. So these are only for fans, and these will be given out in some sort of logistical manner. Oh, it gets even better. Look at this. You put this little pillow in there so the pens could travel safely. Ready? I'm sure Uncle Larry just ran under a couch. Now check this out. This is the baller button. You really want to show that you're a fan. Check that out. A big boy. Got the logo on there. You can see it. Got the red and white alternating. Got the 1313 in there because it is, after all, about Disneyland Drive 1313, the most magical place. I'm thinking that Friday, if I go live, I'm thinking about Friday of just doing a wrap up of Disney news. There's been a lot of park news that's come out in the beginning of the year. So maybe it'd be fun to talk about Disneyland because, as you know, I have a passion for it. So here you go. We've got, there's 3 sizes. These are the little boys that I can't see because my eyesight's going. But this size right here is a nice medium size. I'm going to go ahead. Let's go back to the stance ruler for a ruling. Oh, this is like an inch and 1/4 button. We got those little boys, and then we have got the big Mama Jamba, which is great. This is the fun size. I keep rotating it over, and the numbers are rotating with me. This is the fun size, which is coming in at a whopping 2 inches. 2 inches is big sometimes. Like sometimes 2 inches feels really small. Sometimes it feels really big. Take from that what you will. All right. Last 2 things that I wanted to unbox. They're not really unboxing, but when you get to a certain age, AARP starts sending you promo swag. They sent me that if I sign up for AARP, I could get this really cool tote bag, right? And I opened this up and I was just laughing, imagining me, one, responding to my AARP mail. I mean, calm down. I'm in my early 40s. But could you see me going to a meeting with that tote? I mean, I mean, could you see me showing up at a design studio or at an artist house or just anywhere with this tote and showing that and just pulling all of my gear out of it or pulling my important papers out? I mean, it's hilarious. But they sent it in this thick plastic stock, which back in the day, when I would get these thick stocks, I would cut these up. I would cut them like this. And I would just have boxes and boxes of them. And this machine, I mean, this is my crooked cut, but this machine edge here, I would cut this down into 1, 2, 3. And I would use the machine cut side. And these would be my registration tabs when I would silk screen. So I would tape these on the press, line the paper up to them. And I always loved everybody that sent me the fake credit card. So these would always get pulled out and saved because just of the thickness of it, you put a little bit of blue tape over it and it just created a really good lockdown for where you print. Other people told me that whenever you print, you should always use the same thickness of what you're printing on because therefore there can't be like a height difference and it won't slide under or over, but who knows. Last thing that I wanted to show with you today, thank you for hanging out with me and watching this. If you could please share it or tell a friend or just keep coming back. I would like to make these dailies kind of turn into something if at all possible. And don't forget, if you comment below today, I will be sending out one of these pens. Just please don't live in Australia. It's so far. It's going to be so expensive just to be nice. So this is some mail I also got from a company called, I guess it's Printograph. They're a printer, much like my key sponsor, Jack Prince. It seems like they offer a lot of different things. But I wanted to point out that their mailer sucks because it's very, very selfish. You know, they send you this book, which is like all of the different things that they do, you know, all of their different ways that you can use them as a printer, which this part's kind of good because it's like a menu and you could put on your shelf. But then when they send these paper samples, they just sent them loosey-goosey, right? So who in their right mind is going to now hold on to these paper samples on their shelf? Like they're just begging for these to get put into the trash because it is trash. It's a loose paper sample. They're going to get dinged up. They're going to stay together. Like if you're going to go through the hassle of sending all this, why doesn't this guy get printed a little bit bigger? Why don't they put a little pouch in it? And so my paper samples live inside of this. So I could pull this off the shelf. I could shop through and see all the different printing. And then when I picked my product, oh, I want to get this thing here. Let me find a product that matches. Oh, I want to get this calendar. I can then go to the back, pull out the pouch, see the type of paper that I want, see that I want this 14-point premium, and then boom, there you go. Also, another shortcut that makes this a horrible promo kit is that by using the same design, they cut a major corner. I mean, I know that what they're doing is they're showing you basically like, hey, this is what the same thing looks like on a different stock with a different treatment on it. But if you use the exact same color palette and you use maybe a bigger, large image that you cut up into little pieces, it would just be so much more interesting and compel you to flip through it when all of these would tell a different story. And if you kept the same colors, kind of kept the same consistent design pattern, then you could still get a comparable on paper to paper. So I'm always fascinated at companies that try, but somehow fail and just miss the mark and don't really get it to where they need to. And I always think that if you're going to do something, do it fucking right. If you're looking to get new customers, impress them. This gets one of these. I love ripping up things. I've been ripping up a lot of stuff this week. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have the chance, go listen to Pin Game Strong for free over on iTunes. If you're a Circle of Trust member, make sure you listen to Shop Talk today. Tomorrow, Hammer Time is going to be coming up a day early. I'm dropping episode 899 in 2 parts because I wanted to pace it out so that Monday could be the 900th episode of Adventures in Design. 900 episodes. I have a very fun guest. I hope it all comes together. I'll tell you here first. I'll give you the exclusive. If everything goes right, he's got a busy weekend. 900 on Monday. Me and Benny Gold. hopefully that all works out and our schedules can line up. He's got a lot going on, but he really wants to do the interview, really wants to tell his story in his own voice. And I really am honored to be the guy on the other side of that. Don't forget, comment, chance to win one of these pens. Tony Tran, I'll be sending yours out at the end of the week with everybody else that gets one. And thank you so much for showing up. I will see you here tomorrow. Please tell a friend.